To kind of start off and give us a little bit of an idea of you and what you do, is if you could just describe to us a little bit about what purpose is.
Sure. So I guess my purpose, I'm 16 right now. I'm a junior in high school, and I'm from Western Rhode Island. And I guess in a way I'm still finding my purpose because I know a lot of what I like to do. Like I like to do my environmental work or with my community service team. And I like that sort of stuff, but I feel like there's just so much to do in the world that I can't really define just like one thing I want to do for the rest of my life, you know? Like I'm still, I think, and that applies for a lot of people my age or younger or older. We're all just trying to find our purpose or what we really love doing. And for me right now, that is what I'm doing, so that's good, I guess. But I always try to keep on like finding new things to love and be passionate about. So what I'm doing right now is this program I started when I was 10, back in 2008. It's called TGIF, Turn Grease into Fuel. And basically what it is I got together with a group of my friends and we found that there were a few problems in our community. The first being that a lot of people could not afford to heat their homes in the winter and that the local charities are running out of funds. So when we heard about this, we were really shocked because we live in a really small town. Like everyone knows each other. It's kind of just a big community. And we wanted to do something to help. So what we did was we started looking around at solutions and found that you could turn waste cooking oil, which people use for cooking and then usually throw out or pour down the drain, into biodiesel fuel, which is an alternative energy that can be used to heat homes. So immediately we started thinking if we could put these things together and somehow convince people in our town to recycle their waste cooking oil instead of throwing it out, then we could somehow convert it into biodiesel fuel and then use that to heat the homes of these local families. So what we started to do was we started recruiting restaurants to donate their oil to our program, and we also asked our town council to install a receptacle at the transfer station so residents could recycle their oil. So right now, this is like the 6th year into the program, which is crazy to think about. We have around over 150 locations collecting that we're collecting oil from, and we have heated the homes of 290 families.
Wow, that is amazing. So when we talk about like other students that might be watching this, can you explain how their schools can kind of, look at the resources that you've made available through your website or your group in Rhode Island to really, really get involved and kind of learn from what you've done?
We've started a couple of pilot programs in elementary schools in Rhode Island, and we're working on Connecticut as well. It's really easy if you want to start something like this because we have all of the materials that you need or would want to look at before you start. So I guess my suggestions are you can look at our website, which is w-i-n.ws, and it has all the resources. We have like a toolkit which is specifically geared to students who would want to start it in their own communities. Basically, the components would be to just, if you live in southern New England, that's great, and our grease collector can probably work with you. So you would just have to find a charity that you want to donate to and restaurants in your area that would be really willing to participate. If you live outside of southern New England, you would probably have to find a grease collector and biodiesel refiner in your area. And also, everywhere is different, so the situation might not be as harsh in your area, or it might be worse. So you have to kind of just figure out the situation and then go from there. The thing about biodiesel is that it's really versatile and you can use it in a lot of different things, like not just home heating. So if you live in like a hot area, you can use it for buses, automobiles, boats. So there's really a wide range of things that can be done with it, and that's what's really great about it. So you can really implement the system anywhere.
So when you started this, it was basically right in your own community, and where do you see the vision for this leading in the future?
My vision for this is to expand to the rest of New England first. We're working on, right now we have some presence in Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Massachusetts, so we're working on expanding to new areas out in New England, and hopefully after that, if we can accomplish that, we can make it a nationwide thing, which would be so cool.
That would be fantastic. So TGIF probably keeps you very busy after school, but are you involved in other activities? And if so, which ones? And how do you really, prioritize your time?
I am. I'm in school. I'm really involved. I am the co-president of the class, so we do a lot of like student council stuff. I also do like tennis outside of school, and I like to play piano, stuff like that. So I guess really, it's kind of just like what Matt said. You have to prioritize and figure out what is important to you, and then base your time off of that. So similarly to Matt, my first is definitely the priority would be my family and just with them, stuff with them. And then after that, my education. So yeah, I have to get back to class after this. But yeah, it's really important, and I guess you just have to make time in your schedule, and a lot of it's sacrifices too, like sacrificing your time that you would be doing for like free time or something else for what you have to do or what is really important for you to do at that time. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. Are you involved with any MIT internships too?
Nope.
No?
No, I'm not. Hopefully, maybe though. MIT is really cool. My brothers wanted to go there. Yeah, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. My brothers wanted to go there ever since we were little. It's a really great like engineering school, and it's in Cambridge, which is awesome. And I'm not sure what I'd like to do yet, so I don't know if I'd pursue engineering, but it's definitely a great school, and if I was going to go into that, I would love to go there.
Well, speaking of schools, what do you plan on studying in college, and do you have any top choices of where you want to go?
Everyone asks me that, and I like disappoint everyone because I don't have like a clear answer yet. I've been looking at a lot of different things. Like I don't know what I want to major in yet because I'm interested in a lot of different things. Like I really like science, but I also like English and history, and I'm really passionate about a lot of things. And like I don't know if I want to limit myself just yet to one subject, but I'm interested in pursuing the kind of work that I'm doing right now, like social entrepreneurship, running nonprofits, stuff like that, because I think that's really fun and you can really make an impact and you know the impact that you're having. But other things would be cool too, like international relations or law. I don't really know yet.
This is I don't think you have to have everything figured out right now, so I think you have a very good framework.
Thank you.
So where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Okay, in 10 years I will be 26. Hopefully I will have graduated from college and maybe gotten a master's degree in grad school. And I'd like to be doing something that I really love to do, whether it be running a nonprofit or starting a foundation or doing something that makes me look forward to getting up in the morning every day, because I think that's really important. Just doing something that you are so passionate about that you kind of just motivate yourself to do it, and it's something that you really love. So hopefully I will be doing something like that, and it'll be really fun.
Awesome. Well, I just have one last question that I want to ask, and then maybe Ayelet or Catherine have one that they want to ask you. But one thing that I look at, you've been involved in this for 6 years now.
Right.
What do you attribute to the fact that you stuck with this for 6 years compared to most people who would just get involved in something and then give up on it after a short period at a time?
I think that it all has to do with impact. Like after the first year, we only had around 30 restaurants, and we'd helped 20 families keep their homes. But I think the thing with that is we didn't want this just to be a one-time donation. We wanted to put in place a system that would make an impact for years to come, even when we're not directly doing something about it. It's still happening, and it's still bettering the environment and the community. So I think that was one of the primary things, even as fifth graders, we realized that, okay, we're going to graduate from high school or college someday. How are we going to make something that's going to last? So I think it was really, we wanted to, from the start, we were thinking about sustainability and how to make this last. So pretty much the system is built in a way that it kind of runs because we do everything. between the grease collectors, biodiesel refiners, and the charities, the system runs on its own pretty much every month because the restaurants keep producing oil, the grease collectors keep collecting it, and the refineries keep on refining it and giving it to the local families. So it's kind of, I don't know, like self-sustaining in a way, and that's what makes it's been relatively easy to maintain and grow from there. So hopefully the plan is once we graduate and go on to college, this system will still be in place and will still be helping families year after year. Did that answer your question?
Oh, absolutely. That was fantastic. So, Ayelet or Catherine, do you have a question?
I have one question. What does work mean to you?
What does work mean to me? I don't know, because I feel like the stuff that I'm doing, it doesn't really count as work because it's fun. I mean, I work with my friends and we have a lot of fun. We go to restaurants, recruiting restaurants. We talk to people. It's a lot of fun. So I wouldn't classify that as work. Work, in my most direct sense right now, is probably the amount of homework that I have to do. Like, I get that it reinforces the learning, but it's just overwhelming at times. But sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know. But hopefully in the future, I guess, when I do go to work, it'll be something that I really am passionate about, and it won't seem like work at all. It's just like fun every day.
Well, I love that answer. I like to say that we shouldn't call it work, we should call it living, right?
Exactly.
One question I do have, can you hear me?
Yep.
Are you planning to do the same type of work with automobiles?
Yes. We worked on a few years ago, 2 years ago in 2012. We worked on, we did a bunch of science experiments, this is really cool, to find out if we could actually use biodiesel in our public schools fleet of school buses. There are 33 school buses, and we did a bunch of tests from like the gel test to the cloud temperature test to see like at what temperature it would turn into a gel, because that would be bad in the low temperatures in the winter. And we found that it was actually really feasible to do in our town of West Rhode Island. So we pretty much just brought all of our like data and findings to our school committee, and they decided to start using biodiesel blends in the school buses. So that started, I think, is this school year, and perhaps it was last school year. But now all the buses in our town are running on a blend of biodiesel fuel, which is really awesome.
That is amazing news. Wow.
That is very awesome. Well, thank you so much. Do you have anything else, Catherine, or should we let Cassandra get back to her class?
You should go to class, but please make sure that you have all the materials listed for the high schools on your website.
Yeah.
Sort of guiding each school on how to start a club after school.
Okay. I will.
Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
Thank you. Sorry I was so late joining. I had some difficulties.
Don't worry. One thing, of
Thank
course, it will be called TGIF. So it will be like we're trying to help you build that chain in New England first.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.